who in your support sphere, who you bought an independent business, you bought something, the wheels were in motion and you needed to hop on and get in there. So besides your family support, what other support mechanisms have you called into play?
There have been a number of additional support mechanisms. I think it's critical to have additional people in your life who either support you just emotionally when you take on a new business and or ask some critical questions, because I often find myself
Mhm.
head down in the business and don't take the time to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. So two very important people that have helped me. One is my mom. And my mom, this is great. She is in her 70s and lives about an hour and a half from here. And both my parents have always been extremely supportive. My dad works full time. My mom has retired, and she last fall knew that I was swamped. We bought the business in September, and you just roll into the holidays. And so from October until the week before Christmas, every week she would drive down to the bakery on Tuesday. She would roll pies or make cookies all day. She would stay overnight and she would come back to the bakery on Wednesday and she would roll pies all day again. And then she would go home. And that support and that, just dedicated person, love, and I
Yeah.
believe in you mess phenomenal. So we had a good time and she worked so hard and she pumped out more pies than anybody. So I already have her lined up for this fall. Hopefully it'll be a little easier. But I think that support it just is really important, because when you're having the long days, the hard days, and you can look up and see family or employees who really are standing right there and say, I believe in this too,
Yeah.
it really helps. The second person that's really continued to be a support to me is my previous boss. I
Oh,
worked for a lady named Patty for about 15 years, and then we actually had a partnership for a healthcare consulting firm
yeah.
for a couple of years. And so we work closely together, and I meet with her. I continue to on both a social level and also just as a mentor. She's known me for so long. And I've asked her questions, especially strategic questions about business and building business. And it's really important, I feel, to have someone like that in my life to be able to bounce ideas off of and just ask for additional input.
Yeah. It's hard enough to be a franchise owner. It- but when you own your own business and you bought it from someone else, they're the skeletons in the closets or the surprises. They never saw that coming. And it can be so isolating, particularly if it's the middle of the night, you don't have anyone to talk to. The dark thoughts that go through your head. Did you experience any of that?
I've been fortunate the previous a couple of levels, because I think what you just said, Meg, really resonates. You buying your own business without a corporate support, without a franchise. As I went through the process with you, I could feel the strong franchises and who was going to be there, who had really good infrastructure and was going to help you. And I think that's important, and it is a missing piece when you buy an independent business.
Yeah.
So part of me finds it very important. I still reach out to the previous owner. She's a fabulous lady. She owned the business for 15 years. She's very open. She stayed on for 2 or 3 months with me to train myself, the staff. She was very dedicated both to the business and to the customers. And every few weeks I still text her or email her and ask for her opinion or get some input, or how did we do cream puffs last year, because we only make them once a year. And she is always more than happy to help and give input. So that is important, that I have such, and maybe rare, that I have such a great connection with the previous owner, and she's so willing to be so helpful.